Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to another podcast episode. And this one is maybe the most raw, authentic podcast episode I've ever done. And I have really mixed feelings recording this podcast episode because I know that I am already getting in touch with the pain that is still inside of me, childhood wounds, and all of that. And at the same time, I feel so ready to share more with you, to open up more, because I know that this is healing. Like, it is so healing to talk about our wounds. It is so healing to resonate with others because we can literally resonate with each other because we are sharing our wounds, because we are sharing our pain. And I got so inspired because last week I was doing a women's circle. I was holding a women's circle here in Cyprus, and we all were so raw about our lives. Like, literally, we cried, we hold space for each other, we were sharing our childhood wounds. And I want to say that this podcast episode is not only about this topic, but it is a huge topic because this podcast episode is about why we don't allow ourselves to be in abundance. And I want to go deeper into childhood, into trauma, because I feel that this is literally what is holding us back from being in abundance the most. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited, like recording this episode with you, sharing this episode with you, and really opening myself, my heart even more up. And it feels like I feel like I'm a bit shaking. I'm emotional because I feel that this is yeah, this is so vulnerable to share this side of myself, and to share also the trauma I got to experience. So this is also a trigger warning for everyone who doesn't want to listen to these topics like trauma, violence, and all of these things. So just to let you know right now, right here, I will talk about these topics as well today. And right now, I just want to start, and yeah, by just starting here, why we are holding us back from being in abundance. And there is definitely a lot around the collective. So, that we are so programmed in our society to believe that there is a lack, there is always lack, we will never be enough, we will never have enough. And that creates a fear that we really have this fear of lack, of really lacking um, money, lacking resources, lacking love. And if we go deeper, it's never about the money, it's always about the fear of not being loved, the fear of losing love, the fear of not being appreciated, validated, and all of that. So, literally, it's never about the money, but we think like it's about the money. And again, we are so programmed to believe that we are not enough. This is a huge one. Like, if we believe we are not enough and we don't have enough, it goes on and on and on. And we will always stay in this feeling of lack. And I know it from myself because I am coming from a society and from a family, from a lineage where there's a lot of lack. So there's this fear of lack, this constant fear of lack. And this is what was holding me back to truly step into abundance, to truly embody abundance, and to truly live it, and to allow myself to live it. That's the biggest point because we actually all can live it, but it's just a matter of are we allowing it? Like we here in this Western world, because I have a new microphone, I always have to look if it's still on, but it's on. So I trust that it's on. Um, yeah, we in this Western society, we have almost everyone has enough to live and has everything that he needs, maybe not everything that he wants, he or she wants, but everything that he or she needs. And we are so much in fear of lacking anything, of not having enough money, of not having enough resources, materials, our pension, like all these things, insurances, whatever. Like Germany is a is a perfect example for this, literally. And so I want to make sure that it is a lot also about the society and the programming of our society, why we are holding us back from abundance, from living abundance, and why we do not allow ourselves to be in abundance. But today I will go deeper into really the family and the lineage and why this is for me and was for me the key, literally the key to heal this topic, like to step more and more into abundance and to embody it, even though I now still have sometimes resistance in me and fear. I still feel it, but I'm not holding myself back anymore. Like I take such courageous steps forward into abundance, and I am so connected to my most abundant self that I live from this energy and I don't live from the energy like from my past, like my inner child. I know that it's there and I can still feel the pain. I can still feel all the emotions, the fear. And at the same time, I'm choosing something different. I'm choosing another reality. So, yeah, I feel called to share today more about my personal story, because I know that this is very important for lots of people to just listen to this story. And I've never felt ready, like, I've never been at that point that I am right now, sharing so raw and authentic about my story and about how did I got here where I am right now, living in Cyprus, moving from Germany, creating the life that I want to live. Yes, that took me a lot of courageous steps, and that took me a lot of healing. That took me a lot of working with my inner child, looking at all the trauma, looking at the childhood wounds, and now I feel I'm literally starting to fully enjoy this life. And I created my online course, La Dolce Vita. We started last week. And I feel it's just something I'm holding now the space for others, what I have been through the past few months. So I have been through these processes and now I can hold the space for others. And I think that's part of my journey right now to just share more authentically about my journey, about my past, about my story, to just yeah, it's just something that is very healing for me and for others. And so I will do that here. So, um, where I want to start, I start with the lineage. So, my family is coming like they were born in Romania, they were born in Transylvania, and they were born in a German culture living there. So they are a minority in Romania, and they were all speaking German, Romanian, and their dialect. And then they decided, when the walls went down in Germany, they decided to come to Germany and to move to Germany because they were already speaking the language. In Romania, there was a lot of poverty, and that's why they wanted a better future for themselves. So they moved here, and they all moved. Like my mother, where was 14 years old. My dad was 25 years old. So they have lived some years there, and then they were moving to Germany. And I know that it was very, very difficult to establish a life in Germany because they were just so separated from their family. They were still living in Romania, most of them, and they were so separated. They felt alone. They felt like the outsider. And they started to build a life. They went to school later on. They found jobs, so they started to work to, yeah, have more and more money, to really have a good life. And they were all um, earning enough money, but there was this constant feeling of lack, of not having enough, of being really picky with the money, really, yeah, just not enjoying life and not enjoying their money even. And so this was a huge, huge topic in my whole family. And now that I, live my life more by my own, I can literally see all these things. I can see why they were like this. I can see and understand like they were coming from another country, moving to Germany, um, having this constant fear of not having enough, of being the outsider, of having to prove themselves, that they are right, and all of these things. So, yes, I was born into a family and a lineage where this feeling of lack was always with us, even though we didn't live in lack, like we had everything we needed. And yeah, this was a constant topic. And what I also feel here that this is very related to, it's not the lack of not having enough money. It's literally the fear of lacking love and support. Like it's more about this. Like when I go deeper into my lineage, there's always this fear of not being held, of not being provided for, of not being loved enough. Like this was more a topic than it is literally the money. And but the money is connected to their existence. So yeah, I feel there was just a sound outside right now. I feel this was a huge, huge topic for them, like lacking, not only like having not only the fear of lacking money, but really love and hold and all of that. And so I feel that my soul was born into this family to break the cycle of transgenerational trauma, like for sure. Like my soul was born into this exact family for this, but not only for this higher purpose, but also for the purpose of the evolution of my soul. Like I got to experience so many things like lack and violence and all of that. And I could grow into the version of myself that I am right now. And I can grow even more and more into the truest expression of myself just because I was born into this family. And I feel that we are literally choosing our family before we come on this earth. Like we are all souls before, like we are not in matter and we are just souls. And then we come onto this earth, incarnating into the body, into the matter. And we were choosing our perfect perfect family constellation that helps us to evolve, to grow, and that helps us to fulfill our soul's plan. So every one of us has a soul's plan, and according to this soul's plan, we are literally choosing our family, our mother, our father. And if I look at my mom, I really can feel and see that she is mirroring my inner child. Like she's so like this is such a mirror. She's such a mirror for me because I feel now that I have been evolving and growing and healing, I am so different with her than I used to be. I used to be so much more angry and in, this constant I could not talk even for 2 minutes on the phone with her because I was just angry um and everything she said was triggering me literally. So yeah, I feel that this was um this was very, very different when I started to heal because she now feels like we can just talk and talk and talk and it's not that everything is healed, like it doesn't feel like everything is healed, but it feels like so much more in peace and it feels like there's so much more forgiveness. Like I feel so much more forgiveness and love for her and appreciation and I can just feel and understand deeply that she never she never got the support, the hold, the love that she needed. So she was just passing this over to us and um yeah, she's like my whole family. If I look at them, like there are so many lost souls, like literally they don't know what to do. They are very helpless. Um a lot in this victim mode and yeah, this is like I grew up in a family. Ah, wow. Like so much drama, so much trauma, so much pain, so much hurt, and that almost every single day. Like um my two parents, they were fighting. I would say every single day they were fighting, and there was also violence and um also my mother, she was beating us like us children and there was just a lot of violence and a lot of psychological, physical violence and a lot of emotional insecurity. Like they were so emotional unstable that like for example my mother she could give us love one day one moment and the other one like she could like completely freaking out, so it was not a safe place at all, like never I felt safe within this family. Yeah, so this was the situation I was growing up and um even now that I tell this it feels like crazy. It feels like crazy that I've just overcome all of that and that I'm living this life. Like sometimes it feels like crazy that I'm living this life because back then I sometimes ask myself if I will survive this. Like there was so much fear of death inside of me because they were so out of control sometimes that I was in fear that, for example, my dad will just kill us all. And it was literally so unsafe, this whole family situation that I was born into. And I think my healing started when I realized that this is not normal. Like, it's not normal thing where I was born into, and that I had a friend, a close friend that I could talk to every time what is happening, and we were reflecting on that, and um the roles were changing, so I got more into this parent role, which is completely unhealthy. And then I I went to a therapist, and I saw and understood that I was now in this parent role and I need to distance myself completely from this family and do my own thing. I just have to walk my own way. And I did so. Like I moved out there. I moved to Frankfurt, and I moved to Gießen, I moved to Berlin. Like, yeah, I moved away, and that was very healthy because then I started to heal and to recover. And yes, and all of this situation literally didn't allow me to feel abundance and to step into abundance, to be in abundance. Because how, if you are just surviving, you are just surviving, you are not living, you are not enjoying life, you don't have a surrounding that is enjoying life, but they are just surviving, and they are all in uh, fight, flight, or freeze mode, in survival mode, every one of them. And yeah, that was just something that was very stressing for my whole system. And then you have school and university, and sometimes this is also stressing. So I didn't have the time to recover and to heal from all of that. So I'm very, very glad and proud of myself that I had the courage to break out of not only my family system, but also the society system, and just say, okay, that's it. I'm walking my own path. I'm going my own way, and I'm just following my heart, no, not knowing where it's going to lead me and if it will work out. Yeah, always this question. And so I got here in the end where I am today, and also now helping others, holding space for others to heal and to grow and to transform. And I know that this was just part of my soul's plan. Like, everything that happened was just part of my soul's plan, and um to experience all of that so I can grow from it. I can grow into the person I'm now today. I can learn how to hold space for myself, how to be gentle, loving with myself, and then also, holding the space for others. So this was the part of my plan, of my soul's plan. And um I feel that literally this is a key, because if we are coming from such a chaotic family, or even if it's not like this, like what I experience, even if it's more calm, we have to look at ourselves if we are in a constant survival mode or if we are in a creator mode. These two modes are so different. Like, survival mode is when we feel that we freeze, that we are in fear, that we want to fight or we want to flight. These modes are just, you know, hindering us to fully live abundance. Because how, if you're shaking, if your nervous system is freaking out, how can you live abundance? How can you enjoy life? It's not possible. So you can just ask yourself and look very honestly at yourself if you're more in a survival mode, more fearing all the time, more having stress, and stress is an expression of fear. if you're in a constant stress or fear mode or worrying about the future, these are signs for being in survival mode. And then I think the first step is to look for help, to find help to really calm your nervous system down. So you can work with your body. Like for me, the body is the key. It helped me a lot to work with my body and doing my breath work, doing yoga, meditation, working with the subconsciousness, like working really, really deeply with my body, with my emotions, with my energy. This is for me something that helps me so much to calm my nervous system down and to yeah, to calm down because this is the foundation. If this is not there, how can live in abundance? It's, you know, it's not really possible. So, oh my God, I wanted to talk about so many things. I just look at my notes and I'm like somewhere else right now, but I think in the end it's just what I wanted to share today, that this is my story and I got to calm my nervous system down. I got help from therapists, coaches, healers, and so on. So I had a lot of help to calm my nervous system down, to heal the wounds, to look at my inner child, to look at the trauma of my lineage, to heal that trauma. So I had a lot of work around that. And a key factor is that if we carry on with the trauma inside of us that was caused in our childhood, like with our mother, with our father, it is almost impossible for us to fully step into abundance. It's not possible. And we need to look at these relationships, like what was the relationship with your mother? What is the relationship with your father? How is it today? How was it back then? And to really heal the mother wound, heal the father wound. And for me, I had both. And the mother wound was always coming up in the coaching and the mentoring because I wanted to look why I am not fully stepping into abundance, living abundance, enjoying life fully, allowing myself to be in this constant stream of abundance flowing to me and through me. And it was always getting back to my inner child. Like literally, my inner child was, I hope you can hear me well. My inner child was fearing that she doesn't get the love and support and hold and nourishment that she needs. Like one day getting it, one moment getting it, the other moment not getting it. And that was literally the relationship with my mother. So it was there, and then it was in the next moment, it was just away. And yeah, that's why this is so important to heal this wound, to nourish your inner child, to have this close relationship with your inner child, because then you can literally transform into the version of yourself that is living abundance and that is allowing herself to live abundance. And the father wound was for me, this is the universe really providing for me? Is the universe really fulfilling my dreams? So trusting, it was a lot of like this trust was not there. And this, yeah, this constant doubting and fearing and all of that. And I feel that also my father wound is not fully healed because I had this topic right now with my father and I broke the contact, so we don't have any contact anymore because it is more healthy for me and it's my way to go. So it's the better choice for me. And I feel there's rising a lot of anger right now within me, and I feel that I need some more healing to heal also my father wound fully. But yeah, it feels like I have already done a lot of healing work also around this wound. I also connected to the soul and to the energy field of my father, and I could literally see that also him. He was born into a family where he had all these patterns, like with violence, with not being safe emotionally, with not being nourished and loved and cared for the way he needed it. So he was just passing this over to us children. And yeah, I feel this just knowing and feeling that this was his experiences. And yeah, it helped me so much to understand him, to have more understanding and forgiveness for him. And yeah, and still I'm healing from this wound, because I don't know if we will ever have healed completely these wounds if they are so deep, but I know for sure that it's possible to heal them more, like to be in a completely different state. Like for example, with my mom, I'm now going to Croatia on vacation, and we are going for 2 weeks alone, just us two, and that wouldn't have been possible maybe 3 years ago, because we were just on a complete different state. Like we were just it wouldn't have been possible for me. So it shows very well the journey that I was going through, and the healing journey I did, and where I am right now, that I can do it because she's just again mirroring me. So if I am in more peace with her, in more forgiveness and love, she's just reflecting this back to me, and she is in more peace and love with me. And I think the biggest point about the mother wound and the father wound when it comes to abundance is that we have this fear of not being always provided for, of not being always nourished, of not being always loved, of not being always held, of not being always supported. So this is actually the fear we have. And for me, what helps me to really heal this fear and to always come back to I'm always protected, I'm always loved, I'm always nourished, is the connection to the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. So connecting to whatever is this for you, the Divine Mother, Divine Father, God, the universe, Mama Earth, Sophia, like whatever is for you the embodiment of these energies. It's so important because this connection helps you to heal also your mother wound and your father wound. And yeah, so I feel in the end, this is our natural state. Like we are always being provided for, we are always being supported, we are always being loved, just because we are who we are, just because we are who we are. We don't have to be someone else. We don't have to prove our value. We don't have to achieve anything to be always loved, provided for. The universe does it. The universe just gives us all of what we need all the time. Mama Earth gives us all of what we need all of the time. The question is, can we see it? Can we appreciate it? And can we actually receive it? Can we actually allow it to happen? So, yeah. And for me, abundance is literally trust. Trusting again, because trust is literally the opposite of fear. If I can trust, I do not have to fear anything. If I trust the universe, if I trust life that it is exactly how it is meant to be right now, how can I fear life right now? It's impossible. So for me, literally, abundance is being in the state of trust. I trust life. I trust the universe. I trust God. I trust Father, the Divine Father. I trust the Divine Mother. I trust. I trust myself. I trust my guidance. And then I can relax finally. Finally, I can relax and get into a calmer state and get into a more peaceful state just because I know that I'm always being provided for, I'm always being loved, no matter what. And if I fail and if I fall, then I just fall into the arms of Father Universe, of Mother Earth. That's it. They will always be there. My spirit guides will always be there. My guardian angel will always be there. My soul will always be there. What do I have to fear then? Yeah. So I will just take a look at my notes. Yeah, I would like to share this quote with you because I wrote it down also on my vision board because it's just what I am living and I want to live and want to embody. I am not healing to handle trauma, pain, anxiety, or depression. I'm used to those. I am healing to be able to handle joy and to accept happiness back into my life. And this quote shows for me exactly the essence of why I did La Dolce Vita, the online course, and what my journey reflects right now. So I'm not doing all the healing work to just be all of the time working with trauma, working with depression, and always being in this state of depression. And oh no, I need more healing. I need this and that. I am healing because I want to live in joy. I want to live in abundance. I want to live in happiness. Like, this is why I'm healing. I'm not healing to just be confronted all of the time with trauma because I'm used to trauma. I am healing because I am living and I want to live in abundance and in joy and in happiness. And this is sometimes for people who have such a trauma, so difficult to do, so difficult to accept joy back into their life and to live abundance truly because there that's what I told you before, like our nervous system is just freaking out. It's just still shaky, it's still in the trauma response, and then you are literally in this trauma and drama the whole time and cannot escape from that and not can overcome this trauma. So it's this being in this, yeah, in this constant circle, like just moving in the circle. And the real the real healing is when you can actually and finally allow yourself to be in joy again, allow yourself to be in happiness again, and allow yourself to be in abundance again. This is the real healing. And then you also know that this was worth everything. Like every single step it took, every pain, every hurt, it was worth it to be now where you are because you are just there. You were always meant to be there. You were always meant to be in a state of abundance. You were always meant to be in a state of joy and happiness and never in something else. Like, of course, we will always keep on experience grief and pain, but can we accept that joy is always there and can we enjoy our life again, like with all of it? So, yeah, this was a long, I feel it was a long podcast episode. Yeah. And I felt really called to share all of what my heart wanted to share today, like my personal story and also my journey towards more abundance and joy and happiness. And yeah, maybe I could inspire you to step more into your state of abundance and joy and happiness and to reflect also on your journey. And yeah, I hope so. And I would like to invite you also to my beautiful new course that I haven't published and shared yet. But this beautiful new course, online course, is called Key of Life Enter the Chamber of Abundance. And it's all about that healing journey. And I am holding the space for you for 3 months to go on this journey and to heal on a deep, deep level, emotionally, mentally, and energetically, to live in abundance, to fully enjoy your life, and to accept joy and happiness back into your life. And it's a beautiful, beautiful journey. And I will share so much more with you in the upcoming weeks. It's just that I felt called to share it with you here today because this episode was all about allowing abundance and why we are not allowing ourselves abundance. So I feel, yeah, that all of these topics are so essential, like healing the mother wound, healing the father wound, looking at our lineage, our ancestral lineage, our family, how we grew up, what we learned in the society we lived in, and we still live in. What are the programs? And yeah, in Key of Life, we will together do all of that and go deeper, heal deeper, transform deeper, so we can actually allow abundance to flow through us and to us and to be in this state of abundance, of joy, and of happiness, and really feeling that we are worth it, like we are deserving it, and we don't have to prove anything anymore to anyone. Yeah. So, yeah, all of the information I will share with you on the description here and also on Instagram, so you can follow me there. And yeah, I thank you so much for being here, for listening to this podcast. And I really feel so honored to share so much with you here and to, you know, I also honor myself here to being open to share all these vulnerable things and experiences in my life. And yeah, I feel that this is just ready now to be shared, and I am ready to share it. So, yes, thank you for listening. And I'm sending you so, so much love.